This episode of Marijuana Today Daily is brought to you by the upcoming 4th Annual Emerald Conference, which explores the science and technology of cannabis. The Emerald Conference is taking place on February 15th and 16th in sunny San Diego, California, and is the place to be if you're interested in marijuana science. With experts, speakers galore, scores of industry peers to network with, and myriad companies there to sell and to be sold to, it's a must-attend for anyone whose world touches upon cannabis science. And in our industry, that's just about all of us. Head over to theemeraldconference.com today to register and use the discount code MJToday50 2018 to save yourself $50. One more time, that's discount code MJToday50 2018. No spaces there, over at theemeraldconference.com. Good morning, Marijuana Nation. It's Tuesday, February 6th, 2018, and you're tuned in to episode 425 of Marijuana Today Daily. I'm your host, Shay Gunther, and I'll be walking you through today's marijuana news and headlines. As always, we have a full and busy day of cannabis news in our hands, so let's jump right into it. Our top story of the day starts us off in Virginia, where yesterday the state's Senate voted 40-0 in favor of a bill legalizing the medical use of marijuana oil, both of the THC and CBD variety. The vote followed action last week out of the state's House of Delegates to pass a similar but slightly more restrictive measure. The legislation passed out of the Senate yesterday allows qualifying medical marijuana patients to possess a 90-day supply of cannabis oil, while the House version is only 30 days. The bills will now go to conference committee to be worked out before heading to the desk of Democratic Governor Ralph Northam, who is expected to sign it into law. This is great news, and we'll certainly check back in after the bill makes its way out of the state assembly. Colorado Governor John Hickenlooper revealed yesterday that he is considering plans to dismiss past nonviolent marijuana criminal convictions across the board in his state. He also said that he's been talking with other governors about how to best handle the blanket dismissal of cannabis charges. This is great news to hear after headlines about programs to do such a thing in California have started popping up. Swing over to the Cannabist to see a video of Hickenlooper talking about the initiative, and make sure to keep this issue on your radar. Marijuana legalization isn't complete until a number of things happen, one of which is that people with cannabis charges on their records for now legal acts are not negatively impacted by bad historic laws. As always, we have all the news we cover linked to on our website at mjtodaydaily.com and on our Twitter account at mjtodaydaily. Our final top story of the day is the news out of Canada that medical marijuana giant Aurora Cannabis is acquiring a 20% stake in a large chain of liquor stores, which is named, and I'm not kidding here, Liquor Stores NA Limited. Very creative branding there. As part of the $103 million deal, Aurora retains the right to increase their holdings up to 40%. Liquor Stores Limited will use the new funds to convert some of their liquor stores to marijuana dispensaries and to launch new shops. The deal will give Aurora the ability to easily reach the retail market, while Liquor Stores Limited is insulating itself against drops in liquor sales that many experts think will follow on the heels of legal adult use. By having holdings in both worlds, Liquor Store Limited can easily shift resources from their booze division as they see legal cannabis carve away market share. Those are our top stories for today. It's time for Marijuana Today Daily Headlines Blitz. Before we blitz it on headlines, let's quickly thank our sponsor, the upcoming 4th Annual Emerald Conference, taking place in San Diego, California on February 15th and 16th. The Emerald Conference is all about the science of marijuana and will be chock-a-block full of business, networking, and educational opportunities. Learn about the latest developments from company vendors, catch any of their educational breakout sessions, and meet fellow marijuana science nerds. You can save $15 off the already affordable cost of attending the Emerald Conference by using the discount code MJToday50 2018 over at theemeraldconference.com. One more time, that's theemeraldconference.com. Discount code MJToday50 2018. No spaces there. MJToday50 2018. All right, time for the Blitz. Our buddy Tom Angel over at Marijuana Moments picked up on a recent federally funded study suggesting that states with legal medical marijuana have a lower rate of opioid overdose deaths. The study was conducted by researchers from the University of California in conjunction with the RAND Corporation and the National Bureau of Economic Research. Swing over to Marijuana Moment for the full read and all the details on this one. The Canadian province of British Columbia just laid out proposed rules for how they will handle the legalization of adult-use marijuana set to come about later this summer. Randy Drusen over at Leafly wrote a good comprehensive piece on the main bullet points of the plan. A few of the highlights are the fact that dispensaries can be owned by either private parties or the government, the minimum age to buy will be set to 19 years old, and that citizens will be able to buy cannabis products on the internet directly from the British Columbia government. Civilized picked up on a funny thread from Reddit about a prohibitionist scare campaign run by the Illinois Sheriff's Association that picked a really bad domain name for their website. After a photo of the billboard for the campaign was shared on the Trees subreddit, Reddit's home for marijuana enthusiasts, someone pointed out that the URL on the sign, justfactsedu.com, was a poorly chosen one, and that it was more likely that people would drive away remembering justthefactsedu.com. So someone bought justthefactsedu.com and set up a redirect to the website for Coalition for a Safer Illinois, an effort to legalize adult-use marijuana. Check it out yourself over at justthefactsedu.com. Marijuana Business Daily's chart of the week shows the growth in Arizona's pool of registered medical marijuana patients alongside the amount of cannabis sold to them by dispensaries. As always, Marijuana Business Daily dashes in a good bit of context along with the graph, so I'd open this one up in full. The Indiana State Senate voted 35-14 yesterday in favor of a proposed bill allowing patients living with certain kinds of epilepsy to use CBD oil. The State House handily passed a similar measure last week by a count of 93-0. Republican Governor Eric Holcomb is expected to sign the bill into law, having asked the state legislature in the first place for some legislative clarity on CBD after conflicts arose around cannabis oil. There's some potential scandal bubbling up in Oakland, California, as a city administrator has asked the Alameda County District Attorney's Office to investigate bribery allegations levied against cannabis lobbyist Dorian Gray, who's accused of offering City Council President Larry Reed $10,000 and Assistant City Administrator Greg Minor a trip to Spain in exchange for help getting a marijuana business license. This one is too juicy not to read in full. Our final story this fine Tuesday is a nice one, with Pueblo County, Colorado announcing on Friday that they have nearly $750,000 to hand out in scholarship funds that were raised from legal marijuana taxes. I've reported on this story in the past, with the program doling out $420,000 in its first year just a few years ago. This is a wonderful story to have in pocket if you should ever be unfortunate enough to run across a prohibitionist asking, "What about the kids?" Well, in this case, legal cannabis is helping send kids to college. Those are the headlines and news for the day. I'll be back with you again tomorrow morning with another information-packed episode of Marijuana Today Daily. But in the meantime, if you have any stories to share or feedback to give, zip us an email to headlines@mjtodaydaily.com. And while you're clicking around the interwebs, swing over to our Twitter account at mjtodaydaily and visit our website at mjtodaydaily.com to find links to all the news we cover. What do you call a very small Valentine? A Valentine. Thanks to our sponsor, Emerald Science Conference, and to all of our awesome patron listeners for the support that makes this show possible. Okay, that joke may have just been bad. To join the illustrious ranks of the patron listeners yourself, swing over to our website at mjtodaydaily.com and click on that big blue button at the top of the page that says Become a Patron. No, it was good. It was bad good. I'm your host, Shay Gunther. Thanks for tuning in, starting your day with Marijuana Today.
One take, Shay. One take.